Thank you very much, Calibre, for the raid of 56 people. It was nice meeting you. Well, it's nice talking with you about the player behavior stuff that Riot did. It was fascinating shit. There was a section to it where basically, for those that don't know, just to talk about player behavior stuff a little bit. So, a game community, and literally, like, the internet is the Wild West. You know, it's a community. It's this thing that sprang from nothing, and then suddenly it became a thing. So you'll have people that do all kinds of stuff, legit, all kinds of stuff. Like, they'll say the N-word all the time, and they'll think it's completely cool. They'll have other people that'll just say all sorts of crazy, and because it's what everybody else does, or because, I don't know, they saw somebody else do it, they're just like, yeah, seems legit, I'm good with this. And you have a community that'll form off that. People will learn patterns and concepts that they'll just like draw in and they'll mimic, because people in general, somebody's gonna be a leader, and people like to follow the leader. They like to be part of the pack. Okay? So what Riot did was, rather than go, we, the arbiters of the internet, we shall give you rules from on high and you will respect them. They went a different way, and they created something called the Tribunal. What does the Tribunal do? It means that whenever people get reported a lot, it'll kick the cases to this thing where players can log in and willingly spend their time going, nah, this is really douchey, I don't like this. This person should be punished. Or, you know, this is kind of an edge case. I think, you know, yeah, the guy was upset, but I think it was okay. Whatever. And they say, don't punish. And they had, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of different reports, and all that data stating what people that played League of Legends wanted in League of Legends. That's what, so they used that as opposed to coming up with their own magic code of conduct. They had literally what people said, this is what we want. But the problem with the Tribunal, after they got all this information, is that somebody would do something awful. They'd say something awful, they'd act awful, they'd whatever. And there'd be like a month or 2 months that would go by, and they would completely even just like forget. What happened? What did I do? Huh? And they wouldn't know. So, okay. And because they don't know, it's like if your dog pees on the carpet, if you don't catch your dog while they pee on the carpet and you get mad at your dog, oh, you did terrible, you messed this up, you whatever. FTR kills the Moskva. Sad times. We could get this Holland, that would be huge, because then I can work on a Slava. Oh, yes, thank God. Okay, he jukes some. He lives, he has a fighter, although there's a Slava that's gonna shoot him, but I mean, he's alive and that's good. So like if you catch your dog, you know, peeing in the room or something, if you catch the dog and you draw the dog's attention, you have peed in this room and I do not like this. Dog has a high understanding of the situation. Oh, that. Okay, I get it. I shouldn't do that. But if you do it like the next day, you just look at your dog, you fucked up, dog. Dog's not gonna have any idea what you're talking about. They're just gonna think you're angry. There's no connection to the problem. There's just like, why are you bullying me? I don't understand. Which is understandable because it's so far away from, you know, the actual occurrence. This is gonna be a problem. Thunder's okay. We can keep working on the dude. So he slings off into the fighters. The fighters did not latch, which is unfortunate. Lose 4 planes to attack the Slava. I'm not really excited about it, but I'll do it. 50 seconds till for points, so we're okay with that. So, okay, so they got this Tribunal. They figured out, what do our players want to see in their game? What do our players want the code of conduct to be? Now they knew the code of conduct, but the question is, how do you respond fast enough? So they went to AI, and they got this AI learning algorithm that would just absorb all of the chat that would happen in the game on games where people reported. So if somebody got reported, it analyzes it and it tries to figure out why it was reported. And like you can see how often somebody gets reported and they happen to say this, or somebody gets reported and they happen to say that. And the AI actually got so good that it could determine by dialect of area in the world in different languages what was meant to be extremely offensive, what was mildly offensive, what was obnoxious but not bad. Without knowing the language at all, it could figure this got used, these words are around it, flashes or whatever, and it could respond literally within an hour. So like you could finish a game, get reported, play another game, and you're banned for a few days. What? And the other thing that was really important to them was that they have some kind of mechanism that can like send a report card basically saying, bro, this is what you said, these are the things you did, this is not cool. And somebody can sit down when they're not in the heat of the moment and reflect and go like, wow, I did that? And when you put most people, 95% of people, in a situation where they can sit down and go, oh, holy shit, wow, that happened? That they may never require punishment again. Maybe like 80%. 15% maybe need a second smack on the wrist or something. But in general, most people will go, oh, okay, I get it. Shit, I shouldn't do that. I've had to do that on my Discord server, where occasionally some people are like, fucking plebs. Oh, these damn noobs. They just do such shit. And it's like, bruh, there are hundreds of Discord servers where you can have some people that feel really elitist talking about how fucking amazing they are and how bullshit everybody else is. Oh my God, fuck these normies. Not here. I teach, normal people learn. You go from new to normal to advanced to expert to whatever. There's a whole path to it. I have no interest in listening to you tell me how amazing you are compared to somebody else. I don't give a shit. But if you're on this Discord, I'm more than happy to talk about mechanics. I'm more than happy to have an argument about whether this mechanic is relevant in the game against this. I love game design. I love concepts like that. But if you're going to sit here and you're going to lol fucking normies, nah, it's not going to work here. It's just not. And thankfully, I mean, after a few corrections, people mostly have kind of gotten it. You know, maybe they go to another server and they just like shit all over people there. But as long as they don't do it on mine, that's okay. I haven't had to ban anybody yet. Haven't had to kick anybody yet. I've wanted to, but my general rule is don't be a dick. Failing that, because sometimes people are dicks, don't try to be a dick. And I try to give people the benefit of a doubt, but sometimes. So yeah, it's about the community. Most of the people, because Caliber actually said, you know, she doesn't have a lot of mods because she doesn't have to have a lot of mods. Most of the people that hang out with her aren't really the type to start shit, which is pretty cool. Most of the people that hang out with me aren't the type to start shit. I mean, I have mods as well, like Raptors in here. I mean, I've got a few people. In general, like, most people don't fuck around in here. Occasionally we get somebody that's like, CVs are terrible for the game, they're cancer. I'm happy to talk with them. If they get belligerently stupid, usually they leave. But Wombat, he made me a mod, so I didn't say stupid shit. I don't know how many people Wombat has like slapped right out of the channel. I've never asked, but I would assume most people have been okay. You think that streamers and community coordinators could coordinate actions to isolate these folks? More than none? More than none. Probably a few. Wombat does not tolerate bullshit. Well, I mean, it's realistically like, what happens if you ban somebody that's an asshat on Twitch? They just make a new account and then they come back and they're an asshat again. You ban them on Twitch and they make a new account and then they come back and they're an asshat again. So it's like it fixes part of the moment, but it's the realization, wow, I shouldn't be an asshat. Like, that's the critical part of the equation. And sometimes it actually talks, you know, that's part of the conversation, part of the realizing, bro, are you listening to yourself right now? You know, a little bit of reflection can go a long way.